So now we're going to talk about the post-training debrief. This is really important to schedule this and make sure that all the trainers can put it on their schedule and commit to attend this. It's actually one of the most valuable parts of the training, especially as you're coming in from out of town to raise up a swarm team locally there. And we follow the 3/3 format with a few tweaks. We have a time of care, and that's really just using it as an opportunity to celebrate, what went right? What do you guys think was encouraging? And then we have a time of worship and just praying and thanking God for all that He did and these things that went well. And then we have a time of accountability, and what we want to specifically in the area of training, ask them, hold them accountable to the principles that we discussed in the practice ahead of time was, did they accurately or adequately prepare? Were they diligent to prepare and practice? Did they allow for people to discover from the passages themselves? Or did they lob bombs that weren't necessary in the training? Did they model the module in a way that they expected people to practice it and then give those folks ample time, each person enough time to practice the module? Did they keep it simple, meaning they didn't add to it or complicate it, but keep it simple as was modeled for them? And lastly, were they humble, particularly in the area of being learners themselves, participating and really serving others? Jesus said, the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. And so we want to serve others and help them succeed and hold them up. Then as far as the look-up portion, if there's any lesson that you wanted to cover, usually this is probably the lightest part. Anything that could have been improved. And then lastly, we want to set some goals with that swarm team. And I would say probably in the area of personal and team. And the highest value activities as far as, training and making sure that they are meeting for 3/3 groups to go through the commands in 411 and harvest, of making sure they're taking time to get out in the harvest and set goals for sharing the gospel with people. And then also it's a good time to ask about the vision and clarifying the vision. And then the last thing is to take time to really pray and thank the Lord and ask Him to accomplish these things that we've laid before Him. So that post-training debrief, and instead of just cramming it in right afterwards, if that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do, but would ask them to commit to it ahead of time and meet somewhere else outside of the training site, over a meal or in a home or something, so you've got ample time. This is a really important part of the training to really capture learning from the training and knowing what to do next.